So these right here are my loofah plants, and they are doing so well. You can see little buds. That's going to turn into a loofah, I bet. And then we got a flower over here. So pretty. Make lots of loofah soap. And then inside the greenhouse, that is the hydroponic tomatoes. We've probably gotten a dozen or so tomatoes off of these plants so far. But look at all the red ones and the green ones. Getting really big, and we got some more that's going to need picked here shortly. But they are just pretty much getting full of tomatoes. So that is so cool. It's the first year we've done hydroponic, and it seemed to work very well. Here's some herbs that I have planted, and some flowers that I did. And these are the tomatoes that I couldn't get rid of. So I just planted in pots or whatever, and I'm having a heck of a time keeping enough water on them in the pots, but they are producing tomatoes. So I think I'm going to water everything tonight. But see, we had lots of rain, so a lot of the tomato leaves are yellowing up a bit. And these are flowers. I don't remember what I planted there. Do morning glories vine? I don't remember, because I know I planted some of those, but they're vining up over the fence. My herbs done really, really well. Big old bunches. So that was good. But now, let me see if I can get away to... And see, I got more extra plants that I didn't have room for. Those are peppers and some more tomatoes down there, but these are all the tomatoes that I've planted in the garden. Probably a little too close to each other, but they're doing really well. They all have just tons of tomatoes growing on them. Just waiting for them to turn, but you can see some of the leaves that had turned yellow from all the rain we had. But here's some more green ones, and ooh, those are looking really, really good. But lots and lots of tomatoes coming on. There. I'm ready to do some canning. But yeah, that's a ton of tomato plants. And my poor carrots, I'm not real sure if they're going to survive or not. Bunny rabbit got in when we first planted them in the garden out of the greenhouse and ate some of the tops. And then all the rain we had just kind of washed some of them away. So I got more tomatoes. These black pots they're fabric, some type of fabric. I ordered them online, and They seem to be doing really well. And these tomatoes, I believe, are the white tomatoes. It was a free seed packet from Baker Creek, so I wanted to plant a few of those. So more tomatoes. And here's my bush beans that didn't seem to come up. If they'd all came up, it'd been great. But I found a little tomato, or a little green bean on one of these earlier. I don't remember which one. But they're looking good. It's just that they're probably going to be few and far between as far as the beans. So I may have to buy some beans at the Amish just to supplement. But these are my cucumbers. And they're blooming and looking really good. More tomato plants that I didn't want to just let die, so planted in pots. These are my pole beans. They look really good, but they're not blooming or producing any beans, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I have no idea what these are. Something I planted that my seeds kind of got mixed up in the greenhouse. So more tomatoes. These were little bitty when we planted them out here. They're just now starting to bloom. And here's the other side of my loofah plants. More tomatoes in pots over here. And they're producing tomatoes. It's hard to see out here when I'm filming, but lots of more tomato plants. More tomato plants here. See, we got lots and lots of tomatoes. Oh, look, these have got big tomatoes on them. Oh, I just need for them all to turn red. So anyhow, that's kind of how pretty my garden is. And this is broccoli I planted, and I'm not sure what's going on with that either because it's just a bunch of leaves. I don't see any broccoli forming. So who knows? These are nata pinas. I got these seeds at Baker Creek and planted them a little late, but they're supposed to be like a jalapeno, only not hot, which is why they call them nata pinas. Look at that big tomato. Can you see that? So again, all my tomato plants. But you know, we eat a lot of tomato products with the chili sauce and taco sauce and all kinds of stuff you can make out of them, so they won't go to waste. That's for sure. Beautiful red tomatoes. And these taste really good. We didn't know how the hydroponic tomatoes would actually taste, but they're actually really good. Okay, let me get this shut and we'll go up to my other garden. Sorry about that. So this is the greenhouse. It's worked out pretty good, although we did get a shade cloth to put on it because it was getting really hot in there for all the tomatoes. I've got some marigolds and sunflowers planted out here along the fence just to help keep the pest. Although the sunflowers, I'm not real sure. I thought they stayed better looking than that for longer, but whatever. So there's how pretty the garden is. So now we'll go up to the other one. There's my grapevines over there, which have produced 0 grapes this year. So not sure what happened to them. I don't suppose after all that rain. Nope, not a single cluster of grapes. So I guess it's time to prune these puppies back and see if we can't salvage them. We pruned them back a few years ago and it really helped. So this is my other garden. And like I said before, I got seeds mixed up when they were in the greenhouse. That's how the marigolds got planted in there. They weren't supposed to get planted in there. And they started growing huge. And I couldn't figure out why they were so big. And I got to looking at my seed packet and they said they were giant marigolds. I didn't know they made such a thing. But anyhow, these are the tomatillas. And they are just, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but they are just full. They start out with a little husk that's like a little balloon. And the, see how, I don't know if you can see it, I can't see. There we go. It's like a little balloon, a little husk. And the fruit grows inside there. And what I read about them is that they will keep producing tomatillas until frost. See, we still have blooms. All of these blooms. I'm sorry, I can't see really well out here in the sun if I'm filming right. So we're just waiting for those husks to fill up with the fruit. And then we'll make salsa verde. So tons of those. Doing really well. And then these are pepper plants. Some are jalapenos, some are bell peppers, and some are banana peppers that I think are just about ready to harvest. There's one, there's a couple little ones. Oh, that one's getting bigger. And then one down here, a pretty one. And then I got some, oh yeah, some hanging off here. These are big. Probably need to pick those in a couple days. But that's what those are. I planted some marigolds and sunflowers over here just to help keep the pests away. But and I think these are bell pepper plants here. They were just plants I didn't have room for in the garden, so I put them in pots. And I struggle a little bit sometimes with keeping them watered enough. But yeah, there's that garden, so. Not doing too bad. I wish I had more stuff. I planted way too many tomatoes, but next year I'll know better. I just went overboard a little bit with the greenhouse, I guess. So that's it.